For me, it's a functional art. It's a tool. Tools first, it's function over form, right? So what is it going to be used for? And then how can I make it look pretty without compromising that? I want to make something that's beautiful, but also serves a purpose and maybe isn't just for looking at. So blacksmithing is very much that. My name's Andrew Windisch. I'm the owner and operator of Portland Iron Works out of Portland, Oregon. I'm a father, husband, and avid fly fisherman. What I like about fly fishing is it's a constant game of problem solving, at least how I like to look at it. I mean, really in a lot of ways I think I'm trying to pull those fish up out of their lie and get them to actively feed and take. I'm the predator trying to emulate the prey to get my prey to act like the predator. For me, that's what it's all about. At a certain point, the tools that we use are how we express ourselves, whether it's a hat to keep the sun out or a fly rod or an axe, right? You can buy things cheap that have zero soul to them, or you can curate things from thoughtful designers and makers and build out a life or a way to express yourself in what you have, the things that are on you. And I want things around me that feel real. Starts out as a block of steel, and this is, I think, fundamentally what I like about the game is that it really is sculpture. You're just forming it. You're getting it up to 1,800 degrees to 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the workable, forgeable temperature for that steel, and then you have about a minute to a minute and a half where it stays around that temperature to move it, and then you heat it again. After you get the forging done, there's some rough grinding, and then heat treat, which is truly like magic. And then you gotta put it on a stick so you can swing it. So that's the last part. Shaping that inner eye to make sure it perfectly matches, and there's no shoulders or hard edges, and there's a smooth connection between steel and wood. There's a lot of history in that canyon that if you scratch below the surface a little bit, it's just a freaking cool place to be. My wife and I, when we were dating, came out here on a trip, and I just completely fell in love with it. I remember telling my wife, like, what if we just moved out here? What if we could come and experience this all the time? These were like extremely powerful moments that like shifted the trajectory of my life. So like, yeah, like that river, it's not a casual relationship out there. In a lot of ways, like my family, my life, everything now is very much, in some weird way, I'm sorry, I really didn't think I was gonna get emotional talking about this fucking river. But it's like that. The relationship it goes that deep. It's the catalyst for a lot of other things good that have happened in my life. It's just fucking beautiful. The sun starts to come up, it comes up over here, it starts to crest over. I mean, there's an abundance of bugs, the birds. We saw a rattlesnake yesterday. I like to look at what's going on and try to fish to that. I've learned as much as I want to, at times I can't really force a bite. So if there's no fish feeding on the surface, I'll usually fish subsurface. The way that I like to do that is swinging flies or swinging nymphs. I'm looking for something that is different from everything else. That river gets epic hatches. Big green bugs crawl the bottom of the river and crawl out, and then they crawl out of their exoskin and dive bomb you. For me, there's something very, very magical about what we did. I mean, the axe that we have here is the same axe that we finished in the shop. Tuesday morning, that was a piece of wood and a chunk of metal, and we transformed that into something that is a usable tool to then cook up some steaks and make a meal for you guys, and then sit around and be able to yuck it up after a day of fishing. And I mean, I take a lot of pride in the fact that, like, yeah, I'm not passively participating in this group. I got to make you guys dinner using my tools and skills that I've learned over the years, and so I get a lot of personal gratification in the, I think maybe you call it independent ability or independent nature of that. Very primal, you know, you make the tool to make the fire, to make the meal, to support good times. Yeah, I mean, it's probably about time to load up and go catch some fish. What do you guys think?
Let's do it.
All right.